So, hello everyone. Here we will be looking into P block, group 17, and we will be looking into chemical properties of group 17. So, first property, oxidation state and trends in chemical reactivity. All the halogens exhibit -1 oxidation state because they easily take one electron and they complete their octet. So that's the reason they exhibit -1 oxidation state. Now, chlorine, bromine and iodine, they also exhibit +1, +3, +5, +7 oxidation states. Okay, so note that fluorine is not showing. Okay, reason being fluorine is the most electronegative element, hence it does not show positive oxidation state, whereas chlorine, bromine and iodine, they show positive oxidation states. Also, you can see halogen atom in ground state other than fluorine. You can see this is Ns2, Np5 electrons. Now, when you go to the first excited state, what happens? The pairing gets unpaired. Okay, so that electron goes to higher d orbital. So this is how you see there are three unpaired electrons, and that will account for +3 oxidation state. Same way, in the second excited state, you can see two electrons will be kind of going to higher oxidations, higher energy levels, two electrons. Okay, so that is five unpaired electron. They will account for +5 oxidation state. And similarly, the third excited state where there are okay, I think there is a mistake here. There should be only one electron here. So this electron here should go in the last nd orbital, so that is will account for you for +7 oxidation state. Okay, I repeat that this should not be there. There should be only one electron present here. Next, so the higher oxidation states of chlorine, bromine and iodine are realized mainly when halogens are in combined with small and highly electronegative fluorine and oxygen atom. Basically, they form interhalogen compounds with fluorine and oxides and oxacids. Only in these cases, the chlorine, bromine and iodine, they will show positive oxidation state. Oxidation state of +4 and +6, they occur in oxides and oxacids of chlorine and bromine. All the halogens are highly reactive. Now, they react with metals and non-metals to form their halides. The reactivity of halogens decreases down the group. So in general, the halogen oxide oxidizes halide ions in higher atomic number. So you can see F2 with the 2x minus, it gets converted into F minus. Same way Cl2 with X minus, here X can be your bromine and iodine. So you can see every time you see this X can be chlorine, bromine and iodine. So a halogen oxidizes halide ions of higher atomic number. So fluorine can oxidize all these, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Chlorine can oxidize bromine and iodine, and bromine can only oxidize iodine. Next, the decreasing oxidizing ability of the halogen in aqueous solution down the group is actually evident from their standard electrode potential. So in order to get standard electrode potential, you must be knowing that there are three different parameters. For example, you can see first you have your isolated gaseous molecule. If you give its dissociation energy, bond dissociation energy, you will get your X, that is isolated atom in gaseous form. Then electron gain enthalpy. So energy required to gain an electron, or energy released when an electron is gained. So you see it gets converted into X minus. Now this is put in water, that is your aqueous solution. So that is your hydration enthalpy. So all these three energies are responsible for your E naught electrode potential values. Fluorine oxidizes water to oxygen, whereas chlorine and bromine react with water to form corresponding hydrohalic and hypohalous acids. The reaction of iodine with water is non-spontaneous. So basically, as you go down, you see the reaction decreases. Okay, the reactivity decreases. In fact, I minus can be oxidized by oxygen in acidic medium. You can see this, the reactions. So fluorine with water, this is the reaction. Other halogens, that's chlorine and bromine, you can see this is the reaction. Whereas for iodine, this here is the reaction. Okay, next. Now, anomalous behavior of fluorine. So, as other first members of the group, here fluorine being the first member of the family has some anomalous behavior or properties. So, it is mainly due to its small size, highest electronegativity, very low FF bond dissociation enthalpy. Now, that very low bond dissociation enthalpy is because of the electronic repulsion in between fluorine atoms, and non-availability of d orbitals in valence shell. So most of the reactions of fluorine are exothermic. Why? Due to the small size and strong bond formed when it combines with other elements. It forms only one oxoacid, while other halogens they form number of oxoacids. Oxoacid here refers to an acid with oxygen. Okay. Now, talking about reactivity towards hydrogen, so you can see their acidic strength. So, acidic strength of these acids vary in order: HF, HCl, HBr, HI. HI is the strongest acid. Okay, reason, as you go down, the size increases, the bond length increases, easier to break the bond, so H plus will be liberated much more. Hence, as you go down the group, here H plus releasing tendency increases. Hence, HI is stronger acid as compared to HBr, as compared to HCl and HF. Same way, you can comment on the stability of these halides, okay, that decreases down the group due to the decrease in bond dissociation enthalpy. So HF, then HCl, then HBr and HI. So you can see these are the trend, and also bond length you can see as you go down: 91, 127, 141, 160. Okay, so bond length is increasing, bond dissociation enthalpy is decreasing due to that. Okay, also you can say see pKa value, that is negative logarithm of Ka. Next, reactivity towards oxygen. Halogens they form many oxides with oxygen, but most of them are unstable. Fluorine forms only two oxides, that's OF2 and O2F2. However, only OF2 is thermally stable at 298 Kelvin. These oxides are essentially oxygen fluorides because of higher electronegativity of fluorine than oxygen. So note that fluorine here is highest electronegative element. Okay, and then comes next is oxygen. Now talking about chlorine, bromine and iodine, they form oxides in which oxidation states of these halogens they range from +1 to +7. So that is because they are less electronegative as compared to oxygen and fluorine. So a combination of kinetics and thermodynamics factors, they lead generally to decreasing order of stability of oxides which are formed with iodine, chlorides and let's say bromide. And the higher oxidation state of halogens tend to be more stable than the lower ones. So they prefer to be at higher oxidation states. Reactivity towards metals. So halogens they react with metals to form metal halides. If you see all the metals, they are willingly giving electrons and they are willingly taking the electrons. So bromine reacts with magnesium to give magnesium bromide. Okay, so Mg will give its electrons to bromine and you will form MgBr2. Same way you can also have other monovalent metals. Okay, so Mf, Mcl, Mbr, Mi, where M is any monovalent metal, that is group 1 element. Here note that the ionic character of the halides decreases in this order. Okay, so this is much more ionic. Why it is more ionic? Because fluorine is more electronegative, so it will make it more ionic. Okay, whereas Mi will be less ionic. Next, reactivity of halogens towards other halogens. Okay, so this is also known as interhalogen compounds, very important. So halogens they combine among themselves to form a number of compounds known as interhalogen. They can form the compounds of the type XX prime, XX prime 3, XX prime 5, XX prime 7. Here X, the first one, is larger size halogen. whereas X prime is the smaller size halogen. So just remember that. So same way, if you want to make any compound, you have to just remember that X is your larger size halogen and X prime is smaller size halogen atom. I think that's it. Thank you.